Kia ora, I'm Darren de Klerk and I lead the Silt Recovery Task Force. The Silt Recovery Task Force has worked with a number of landowners and commercial growers to help them with their clean-up. This is Ngai Tukiarangi's story, the largest Māori organisation growing kiwifruit in Aotearoa.
Kia ora, I'm Rate Cross, I'm the chairman of Ngai Tukiarangi. All we've done is grown food and supplied the communities with kai. That's what we do. We're good at it. We're really good at growing food. We decided kiwifruit was our game and we got into kiwifruit pretty good. Before the cyclone struck, we were expanding quickly, so we had 6 kiwifruit orchards. We started to buy apple orchards here and ended up with Hawke's Bay being our biggest operation for our whole organisation.
Kia ora, I'm Andrew Wood. I'm General Manager of the Orchards for Ngai Tukiarangi Trust. We're standing here at the Puketapu Orchard, which is on the corner of Moteopa Road and Vicarage Road. It's a 22 hectare property and it was very heavily impacted by Cyclone Gabrielle.
Then along came the Cyclone Gabrielle and almost took the dream away. We got hit by Cyclone Gabrielle in every region we were in. Not just Hawke's Bay. So we lost up north in Kirikiri, we had orcharding. We lost in the Bay of Plenty where we had orcharding. We lost here and we also lost on the east coast.
So of the 22 hectares we've got here, 18 hectares was basically wiped out. The river breached in 2 places on the property and the water came through and was in a lot of places over top of this canopy, which is 1.8 metres high. So 22 hectares, we had half a metre of silt left once the water subsided.
It's the biggest part when you get to a storm is not so much your loss of production, it's what happens to the people that work for me. What happens to the people that live in this community that I'm part of? What can I do to help them when I myself am hurting? And so that's the big issue that confronts you right on day one. Where are my people? How are they feeling? I need to go and find them. I need to find all the staff that are affected. And that become quite heart-wrenching. And having to sit there and go, what do I do for them? Well, one thing for sure I need to do is tell them you still have a job. I may not quite have an orchard, but you still have a job. And we'll work our way through this together. If I'm going to go broke, let's all go broke together. That's the way it is.
22 hectares, half a metre deep of silt is, if my maths are right, 110,000 cubic metres of silt, which is phenomenal. We got in here with skid steers and bobcats. We started working, we started trying to dig it out. We had to contend with wires, cables, posts, the roof, because it had caved in. A lot of these posts had snapped and all fallen in. It was an absolute disaster. We were fortunate enough that the silt was taken away off-site, because what would we do with that much silt? It was actually mountains of it, and we're so grateful for that to happen. So 16, 17 months on, here we are, we're starting to replant, but in general, posts are in, cables are up, wires are up, roof's back up, and we're in the process, as you can see over there, we're planting where you can see those green and pink spray socks. So without that silt recovery unit coming and taking the silt away, we would still be somehow trying to deal with mountains and mountains of silt on our property.
You've seen all the work that's been put in by our staff. They put it in, they love it, they live through the devastation and they love the regrowth when it starts to come back. Every little plant is a miracle. It really is, it's a miracle.
The impact on the community is pretty devastating. I feel they're still affected by what happened, and it's critical for us to get this orchard up and running and get it back to where it was, so the reminders have gone basically. So we're working hard to get this back on track.